Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Tony?
I'm good. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, exactly.
Yeah, lots of good stuff happening in the news. There was an article Politico put out about RFK, or not about RFK, but about We the People. They actually interviewed Levi, and so he was. I think he was expecting it to be a hit piece, like they were gonna, try to talk bad about us, but they didn't. So that's pretty exciting. It was actually a really good article.
Yeah, here it is, Politico. RFK Jr.'s breakaway political party has plans for the midterms.
Yeah.
Running candidates. Yeah, I thought it was really good. So.
Yeah, that's pretty big there. So I posted that so people can see that. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll post it here. Come on.
Yeah, good interview with Levi. Kennedy denied, laying the groundwork to run for president in 2028. That's not something that he's considering right now, which wouldn't make any sense because he is currently doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, right.
in the Trump administration.
I think that running for president was just his way of getting to where we needed to be, and I think that he's 100% where he should be.
Yep.
He's doing
absolutely
great things, and I think I've never. I mean, I would much rather see a We the People person, obviously, as president, but I will hope that a Republican gets in and keeps him there. In 2028. I've never in my life hoped for that.
Well, we don't have any confusion to think that RFK is going to run for president. So we're already considering other options for our presidential candidate.
Right, for sure. Awesome. Okay. Let me bring Evelyn on. Hi, Evelyn.
Hi, guys. Nice to see everybody.
Yeah.
Good to see you too.
So Evelyn is actually our very first We the People member for Washington State, aside from Michael and I, of course. And I just love Evelyn. She's a total go-getter, and she wanted to talk today about some of the things that she's been doing. And Evelyn, do you want to go ahead and take it away?
Okay, thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm just so excited about some of the things I'm doing. And I was telling Tony that what I'm most interested in is getting together with other groups that have the same goals and motivations and kind of cross-pollinating with our goals as well. And so I've gone to the Health Freedom group that meets in Chimacum at the Tri-County Community Center. And it was a large group. There were like 15 folks, and they're very interested in a lot of the same things that we are, the health freedom and grassroots motivation, getting citizens to act and to run for office and so on. And Saul, who's part of several groups like ours, Saul Rue, was also there. So we worked, we talked about the petition, and Saul gave out the link to signing the petition that's against the Governor's Alliance.
Right, the West Coast Healthcare Alliance, which I do have the link in the description for tonight, so people can get back to it.
The importance of that petition and how draconian this is, where it's so anti-democratic that the governors are acting together so that we may be subject to some future mandates that are started in California, because they're kind of all going to be working together. And I don't know that everybody was really paying strict attention to that. That it's, other groups, like when I also, in addition to going to Health Freedom meeting in person, I went on Zoom with the California group, which is called We the People. If you want to find them on the websites or their Facebook page, it's We the People team, we the people.team. CA, and they're available on websites. And they were not aware of how important this issue is and how dangerous it is, and how they're advocating. They can't mandate it yet, but they're advocating COVID vaccines for 6 months old babies and so on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a lot of very bad things that are part of that alliance, and the California wasn't that active on that. So
they weren't even aware that was happening.
They were aware, but they hadn't come to the forefront of their attention. They were very involved with Proposition 50, which was sort of like a move by the governor to take more Democratic power, the Democratic Party power.
Right.
And it passed. So they were very active on that. They were tabling and canvassing, and when that passed, they were kind of concentrating on that and got a little discouraged. So I was just saying to Tony before that, we don't feel that any failure or setback is actually a setback, that every person that we've talked to and communicated with and spread information among is a step in the right direction.
Yep.
Next time the information will be spread to more people, and more people will take a stand. So
absolutely. I mean, maybe now that the Prop 50 is done, maybe they'll take this up more.
Yeah, and then I was telling that group about how good we, the people here in Washington, is how effective it is, and the website is so informative, and we have a Facebook page, and how well laid out that is. And Michael, your training program for citizens to be more active in government, I told several groups about that. So
awesome.
Yeah, no, I think that there's so much that your group is contributing, or our group is contributing to this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're all part of this, Evelyn. You're out there kicking butt, man. Uh-oh, did we lose her?
Yeah, she kind of blanked out there. Hopefully she comes back.
Yeah, I love her. She's actually she's been part of when she was 15, and she actually helped and worked for the Kennedy, John F. Kennedy, for his campaign. And then when Robert F. Kennedy was running in New York, she actually helped with that campaign. And then she came up here from California to visit before she moved up here, and helped us collect signatures to get Kennedy on the ballot. So,
awesome.
So she's awesome.
Yeah. So, networking in other groups in the local communities is going to be key for us in building those coalitions. So hopefully we can find some people to run for office out of those groups as well.
Right. So. Right. Yeah. All right. Well, we will see if she comes back. See what's going on. Do we want to move into the big one here? What's
the big one?
KOMO News, the article on the group warns that anti-LGBTQ. Is that you, or is that? Oh, there she is.
I'm so sorry. I ended up being on my phone. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I ended up using my phone, and apparently when you have an incoming phone call, you go away. So I apologize for this.
Oh, no problem.
Did you want to go on topic, or?
Yeah, well, I was just talking about a minute ago about how great you are and everything that you've done.
Oh,
with the Kennedy family.
Oh yeah. Well, did you want me to mention that, or?
Oh, I did. Yeah. No, I just love it. I love telling people that because I think it's so cool.
Oh yeah, it's very important to me as well. Anyway, so getting back to what I was saying, is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
I wanted to make sure I mentioned that Sue Kaufman is arranging a day of engagement. You probably know about it. She's with the Informed Choice Washington, the Children's Health Defense Group. And it's a day of engagement on January 15th in Olympia. And they're going to have a rally on the steps. And then they're going to have people move their legislators. Make appointments with your legislators that day.
That's a great idea.
January 15th. Maybe I can.
Yeah, will you make sure that you send me all that, or maybe I'll give Sue a call and make sure that I can get that in our December newsletter
Yeah,
and an email out for it.
she was trying to spread the word. I can probably find it on my email and tell you more about what exactly there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to send that to me,
Here it
Evelyn?
is. I have it.
Okay.
But I'll send it to you that they wanted to have at least 200 people show up at the Capitol, and that each person present the representatives with a book that the informed consent furthers their cause of health, freedoms, personal rights, bodily autonomy. So that's what the goals are. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I want to check that out. I love going to the Capitol to do that stuff.
Yeah. So that was on a Monday I mentioned. Oh, and then Saul and I are going to work on a petition for and take a petition against the governor's alliance against health, and
right.
It's in Port Townsend at either the Saturday market or the post office, but at the dates haven't arranged yet. So
right, and this is to gather signatures for the West Coast Health Alliance petition.
Yeah.
That's something I don't know if people realize that they can do. Like, there's a lot we can go out and we used to, when we were with Kennedy, we called it cabling, right? Where we would go out and sit and talk to the public and just be out there visually so that people could see us and meet us and talk to us. And, we'd have a lot of people come up and ask what we're doing and all that kind of thing. And it's such a great way to get out there and get information directly to people.
Yeah.
So that's great. I love that you guys are going to do that.
And
anybody can do this. We can help provide items. I'll get you some more brochures.
Exactly. I think it's so important. Oh, and okay, presented information at that health freedom that I mentioned, the group I attended to Simlicom at the community center there. And I guess I talked to him about my road running for office.
Mike, is she cutting out for you?
Yeah, she's cutting out really bad all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe I should sign off then, guys.
Yeah, Evelyn, let's get all this information together so that we can get it in the newsletter and get an email out for sure, because I definitely want to make sure that we talk about that January one, and then you guys being out there for the at the market or the post office, whichever you guys decide to do.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll sign off then. Sorry that it got interference.
No, that's okay. Thank you.
Yes, right. Thanks so much.
Take care. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Oh, she's so great. Okay, so let me try to share my screen.
Here we go. We're learning technology. Tony's sharing her screen.
I think. Let's see. Wait. Oh, it's asking me which tab to share? Well, look at that. That's snazzy. Okay, can you see it?
No, you have to add it into, add to stage. There you go.
Okay. So, so this was an article that caught my attention yesterday because the wording always drives me crazy. Group warns anti-LGBTQ initiatives would endanger Washington trans and immigration students. That headline right off the bat just tells you that there's nothing in this article that is going to be informational. It's literally only going to tell you what they want you to hate.
Yeah, I don't understand how it would endanger Washington trans or immigrant students. It's
Right.
only about allowing biological females in women's sports.
Right. And then you get down here too, and this one now, and I haven't checked into this, okay, so I will tell you that, but you can do a urine analysis. Like, this is so ridiculous to think that, I don't know, like, we're gonna go put our kids in stirrups and make them like show their genitalia. Like, that's what that says. Girls as young as 11 could be forced to into physical examinations for reproductive organs if they want to play sports. Like, really? What exactly do you think that we're going to be doing, for crying out loud? Like, this entire article is just to make it so that we don't talk about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but when I was playing sports, water polo and swimming, we had to do physicals to make sure that we were able to even participate in sports healthy enough to do that.
oh,
You know.
well, I guess that's right. You do have to do that anyway. So wouldn't that exam show that whether you're male or female?
Yeah. So
I mean, so
I don't think it changes anything. I don't want head coaches going into the locker room and checking
No.
that. But
Oh no, God no! I would agree with you. I mean, honestly, I didn't think about that. I forgot that you get it. My kid doesn't do sports, so I forget
Yeah,
that you
no
get
worries.
an exam for that stuff. But yeah, that's true. I mean, so that's so stupid to even have to even say that to me. I don't know. To me, that seems ridiculous. So this entire thing is just very, and then out LGBT students. This to me sounds like it's giving more power back to the parents, because right now we have no power. My kid goes to school, changes her name 5 times in a freaking year. Like, they're allowed to do that. And every day I don't know what to call them half the time because they change their name constantly.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous that they're allowed to do that. And then if anything that they do at the school, you're not allowed to know. Like, I'm responsible for this child. If they don't show up to school, you expect me to be responsible, but yet you're also telling them that we have no power and that it doesn't matter what we think, that they can go ahead and do whatever they want.
I don't understand why the title is about immigrant students also. What does this have to do with immigrant students?
Right. I keep reading it. I keep reading it, and I haven't figured that out at all.
Yeah, it just seems common sense to me that you wouldn't want a biological male, competing with a biological female. We've seen this happen in multiple sports where obviously the biological male is going to have some natural advantages
right
over the biological female. It's not always the case, but mostly the case.
Right. And so in this initiative, it actually says in one of them, what is this? This is Restoring Parents' Rights Bill.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other one. To receive prior notification when medical services are being offered to their child. As of right now, you don't get to know that. If my kid went to school and said that they needed a medical service, they could get that and do whatever that means. I wouldn't be notified. Like, that's terrifying as a parent. I don't know what parent would be okay with any of this. It's not rational to me. How can you honestly say that it's okay to send your kid to school and allow them to do anything? That means that they can vaccinate them without your permission, right? And especially when we get into this West Coast Healthcare Alliance, and they start doing these mandates, and they've been talking for years about just going to the schools and vaccinating kids, and now you won't even know if that happens. And if your kid isn't taught to be strong enough to say no, or told that it's okay to say no to any of these things, I've taught my kids, like, you leave, you don't even stay for it, you leave.
Yeah.
But what if parents aren't doing that, and they're not teaching? I don't know. This was very upsetting to me, this entire article. The other thing that this does, calling it anti-LGBTQ, is it makes it so that you can't discuss any of that, right? Like, if you're talking about agreeing with these initiatives, then you're a terrible person and you're anti-gay.
Yeah, because I'm not anti-LGBTQ plus at all. I am just wanting, knowing women and having two daughters myself, and know like both of them are in karate. When they spar against a male student, like the male student has advantages, physical advantages over them, and that's just natural. So, but I have nothing against LGBTQ plus people at all.
I think it's confusing to people sometimes that you can actually not like something and still not hate the people that it, you know what I mean? Like, for everything that we do, it's insanity. And in danger. I don't know. This entire article just had me so angry last night. And
it's just inflammatory and misleading.
Very misleading. So, and this is exactly what they do in the media constantly, is they constantly do these kinds of things where they're trying to pit us against each other. So they use this kind of language. I call it out constantly because it's, all it does is pit us against each other and make us not be able to have conversations, because the next person that you talk to that is for this and maybe doesn't understand what it's actually doing, what kind of conversation are you going to be able to have with them? I've tried having conversations with people and it's a nightmare, and they start calling you names, and which I try to avoid.
Yeah, the people that are collecting signatures are being called bigots and all kinds of stuff.
Right. I talked to one. I went to I had a doctor's appointment, and there was somebody on the corner, and we've already signed it. And so when I was walking out, he was still there, and I asked him, I said, what has your response been? And this was downtown Puyallup at the hospital, and up towards the mall where he had been collecting signatures before. He's like, it's crazy town. He's like, it's like a whole different world up there. Like nobody. He had such a terrible time. Got called every name in the book while he was up there trying to collect signatures.
That's just weird. It's like people just don't have the ability to logically and rationally reason through these issues and like have a conversation without getting emotionally involved and calling people names. And like government education doesn't teach emotional regulation, unfortunately. It doesn't teach proper communication skills, and it's just crazy.
Right. I don't know what parent thinks it's okay for their 12-year-old to go to the doctors and tell them that they want to be a boy and be able to get hormone replacement, right? That's what's scary. The fact that your child can just go in and request these things without you knowing about it. And it's supported. I know for years when we've gone to the doctors, I put mine in therapy, and I wasn't allowed to know anything. I went and I was like, okay, I want to know what's going on, and because she was coming out with diagnoses of stupid shit. And I'm like, that is so ridiculous, because all they do when they go in there is just reaffirm everything rather than questioning them. They're just reaffirming everything when I thought that I found a good one who worked for the UW, and I was like, oh, that was stupid on my part, right? Because the UW is very pro whatever agenda is being pushed liberally.
Yeah.
And so I ended up with a very liberal-minded doctor, therapist who was just telling her everything that she wanted to know and saying that she was right and not questioning.
Gotcha.
So that totally backfired on me.
They're just going along with it instead of like asking her more questions and kind of figuring out what's going on inside her head to not, appreciate the body that she was born in, where she can have the confidence or whatever else it was.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And just to clarify, so people know, I mean, I guess, my my kid came to us when she was probably 13 and saying that she's a boy. And I flipped my shit, and it totally caught her off guard because, we would watch RuPaul together. She's met my friends, like she totally caught her off guard. And so I said terrible things that am embarrassed about. And then I went to the whole other extreme after that, trying to figure out, okay, well, how do I support my kid? And then I decided, okay, well, at the time, because this was all still pretty new then, and at the time, they were doing gender reveal parties for trans kids. And so I was like, well, what do we need to do? Do we need to have a gender reveal party? Like, what do we do? And so I finally have gotten to the point where I support my child, and I try to be respectful by saying my child rather than him, her, whatever. But my kid walks out. She's a total punk rocker kid. She goes out with clown makeup on. Gorgeous makeup. She does a great job. She's going to be a hairstylist and all this stuff. I 100% support my child, but I know my child, and I know that if I was in today's world, I would have been told that I'm trans because I loved jumping in ditches and getting frogs, and we collected buckets of snakes in the fields, and we were playing in the woods and doing all, we built racetracks in mud.
Yeah.
And so in today's society, I'm sure of it. I'm sure I would have been told that I was supposed to be a boy. I'm not exactly the girliest. I don't wear makeup. I'm not, out there putting on dresses every day. Whatever girly girls do, I don't know. So I understand, and I saw it happen, and I know that it's a confusion, and I've had conversations with my gay friends about this, and I think the biggest problem is that everybody doesn't want anybody to feel sad and upset and tell them that they're wrong, or that maybe you're confused, or question them at all on anything. And so we've gotten to this society that can't discipline their kids because, oh my God, that's mean, and you can't question your kids, and you just can't do anything like that. We have fantastic discussions. I told her that we were going to be talking about this today, and we had a great discussion about it. I asked her if she thought having we have the women league and the men's league. Why not have a trans league where they can, not, compete with their own people like the women and the men do? I don't see what's wrong with that. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. It's just, I think it's sad that we can't have conversations, or because I don't agree with these bills, I must be,
a bigot. Yeah, you must be an evil person, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, we're coming up on 30 minutes, and I want to touch on this article again. The Politico article about we the people organizing or reorganizing, for the midterm election and for the next presidential election. So I thought it was a really good article. I thought Levi did a good job. He talked about Larry Sharp's campaign for governor in New York, right? Larry Sharp is on the ballot both as a We the People candidate and a Libertarian Party candidate. However, if he gets, I think, like 50,000 votes for under the We the People party line, it does automatic ballot access for We the People,
right,
in New York. So excited about that. Larry, I think, is a wonderful candidate, and I know him personally. I've known him for 10 years, and I think that this is going to be a really good thing.
Oh, I think once you listen to Larry Sharp, you can't help but get excited.
Yeah.
He's wonderful to listen to.
Yeah, he's doing the live streams daily also. RFK has said explicitly that he is not considering running for office again in 2028. We'll see what happens, but I like him in the position that he's in right now. He's doing a lot of great things. But what we're doing here in Washington State is we are preparing, we want to get major party status here in Washington State, which means that we have to get 5% in a presidential election. Now, we're going to have to find a presidential candidate and a vice presidential candidate to run. Whether the national party gets a presidential candidate or not, we still have to do it here in Washington State. So we are, considering some bigger name people. Well, we haven't even talked about it. We're going to talk about this on our next, next Tuesday? Mm-hmm. Yeah, next Tuesday, we're going to start throwing some names up and then hopefully start reaching out to people to see if we can get them.
Just to clarify, Tuesday is our Zoom call. So yep. I will be posting that information. Anybody is free to join it. We talk about, we get really into like what we really are doing as we the people and getting input from all of our members. So anybody is allowed to join that.
Yep. Absolutely. You can join in it, join the conversation. It's going to be open dialogue between our membership. We're going to be talking about membership voting. We're going to be talking about, our plans coming up for in-person events. We're going to be talking about potential candidates running for governor, lieutenant governor, all the way down the line. So when we do have a presidential candidate, there's going to be multiple other We the People Party candidates on that same ballot to boost up our presidential ticket. So yeah. It's going to be a good call for sure.
Yeah, and we'll definitely be talking about the support that you have if you choose to run as a candidate. So, there will be trainings and everything for you to be able to do that. And we fully support you.
Yep.
We'll have a website and, we're going to get more into that then on Tuesday as well.
Absolutely. So if you're interested, the ads are still running. Where are we at as far as how many people like the page?
We are.
Oh my gosh!
I think
642.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. 642 people. So the ads are working. We're spending $5 a day. If you can donate at WTPWA.com. Throw in $5, $50, $100, whatever you can do. A $5 recurring donation covers a day every single month, and we only need like 30 of those. So
yeah, it's so cool to watch it going up and people commenting and liking and the more engagement that we have, the more people will see us and we'll be able to get out there more. So if you like what we're doing, please share it because it's it's the only way that we grow.
Yep, absolutely.
Everybody shares. So right on. All right. Have a fantastic weekend.
Yep. Have a great weekend. And then we'll see everyone on Monday at 5 p.m.
Yeah. Right on. Thank you. Bye.
Yep, bye.